She said, when I touch her skin, I give her his stroke. Not too many people can do the things I do. None of them can replicate my moves. Anytime you call on me, my girl, I'll be there in a hurry. Bolale, be prepared to cooperate with me. She asked God, do I smell so good, girl, that's who Dior. Her panty drip like say rain they fall. Your clothes have to peel off. Exceptional gymnast, say this girl can do it all. I put you above all the other girls, but they here before you. Yeah, yeah. Girl, you give me life, natural mineral. Girl, you so. Girl, you give me life, natural minerals. Girl, you're so. She said, when I touch her skin, I give her his stroke. Not too many people can do the things I do. None of them can replicate my moves. Anytime you call on me, my girl, I'll be there in a hurry. Bolale, be prepared to cooperate with me. She asked God, do I smell so good, girl, that's who Dior. Her panty drip like say rain they fall. Your clothes have to peel off. Exceptional gymnast, say this girl can do it all. I put you above all the other girls, but they here before you. Yeah, yeah. Girl, you give me life, natural mineral. Girl, you so. Girl, you give me life, natural minerals. Girl, you're so. She said, when I touch her skin, I give her his stroke. Not too many people can do the things I do. None of them can replicate my moves. Anytime you call on me, my girl, I'll be there in a hurry. Bolale, be prepared to cooperate with me. She asked God, do I smell so.
Hello guys, welcome to Boxing Blog Center, the home of Nigerian African boxing. And please, if you're new to this channel, make sure you click the like and of course the subscribe button right now, and also go to the notification bell icon, click it and sell it all. So that dropping the banger news really the minutes for right here. We're live, and all of you guys are right here watching. And if you're watching right now, make sure you click that like button. This is a show right here that's going to be very interesting, because tonight, Deontay Bronze Bumper Wilder, we're going against Tyson, the Gypsy Peasant Fury, or Gypsy King Fury, however you want to say, however you guys say him. And a very intriguing fight right here. And do you know the funny part? The funny part is that my heart is beating like crazy. We've got two of our brothers fighting tonight. Efe Ajagba, future of the heavyweight division. You know, this win if Ajagba beat Sanchez, he automatically will now be in the league of heavyweight, the next upcoming heavyweight champions. Because Ajagba, of course, has the tools, to be in that conversation. By the way, I spoke to our brother Efe Ajagba today. As a Nigerian, I have to do that. I spoke to him. I sent him a voice note. I sent him the message you guys have been sending me. Those of you guys who have been messaging me on Instagram, telling me that I should tell Ajagba this, I should tell Ajagba that. I told Ajagba everything. Told Ajagba so Sanchez tactics, what Sanchez he wants to do. Well, Ajagba told me that he's focused and he's ready. Ajagba is well ready right now. We are behind him. Win, lose or draw, we're behind him. I know this is Ajagba's time to shine. I know he has. Listen, Ajagba have never been this focused for a fight. Never, ever. Okay, this is the first time he is 100% gamed. Sometimes when you fight like people like the likes of Ali Redemirezin. Redemirezin is a very good fighter, but he's not known. Okay, very good fighter, but he's not like popular among fans. You fight the likes of Curtis Harper, who of course, who didn't want no smoke with the silent ruler, Ajagba. You don't get you're not really motivated. You're gonna win already. This fight right here is a different ball game. It is one of the reasons why I told Ajagba, I told him it is necessary for Ajagba to be very calm in the ring. He has to be calm in the ring. Always follow the instruction of his coach, because it's what K. Kuruma I've done with Ajagba. I had to go rewatch Ajagba for Ajagba's fights, his last fights, to be specific. Lots of changes, lots of improvement. Bro, I'm so listen, my heart is beating right now. Just by thinking about that fight right tonight. My heart is beating like crazy. Like I'm nervous right now to speak. We're not even there yet, but it's near. It's fight night, guys. It is fight night. So I want to say, for those of you guys who are not able to watch it, I'm going to tell you where and how to watch Efe Ajagba versus Sanchez. Sule Temitokbe said I should drink beer. I hardly drink beer, bro. I mean, the last time I drank a beer I had a bottle of beer was like 4 years ago. I'm not a constant, I'm not a drinker like that. So what I need now is energy drink, and I don't have it at home. I forgot to buy it. So I never knew I was going to be this nervous though for this flight. It's just like, the last time I was this nervous was Joshua Usyk. But the thing is that, for the Joshua Usyk one, until it was time for Joshua to walk out, I wasn't really nervous like that until Joshua did his ring walk. Because maybe I felt on the back of my mind that Joshua was going to win, even though it was going to be a hard fight. Okay, it's not an easy fight. I felt like Joshua would win. Okay, but what happened next was like when Joshua was like doing his ring walk, I started my heart started beating, bro. Since yesterday, I've just been thinking about this fight right here. This is Efe Ajagba in the world stage. Nigerians are watching. When I say Nigerians, I'm not just saying Nigerians in Nigeria. Nigerians worldwide. Even our fighters, Israel Adesanya is going to be watching this fight. Kamaru Usman, Anthony Joshua will watch this fight. Even maybe Samuel Peter, the Nigerian legend, will watch this fight. Everybody will watch this fight. I beg Adewale, meet time for your side. So everybody like is going to watch this fight. This is Efe Ajagba on a global stage, bro. On a global stage. Do you know how? Do you know how important it? Ajagba, Adewale, meet time now for your hand. Do you know how important this?
Sorry.
Do you know how important this fight is? Do you know how important it is? Do you know how important it is? Do you know that if Ajagba wins this fight, Ajagba will now be talked about because that Ajagba's profile will just, explode. And this is good thing. Ajagba said, like, okay, in the press conference that Sanchez calling him out is he made a big mistake calling him out. Yeah, because Ajagba have one thing in mind, even before Sanchez called him out, he was already looking at Sanchez, maybe not looking to fight him, but he wasn't really looking at the guy he will fight. So Sanchez calling him out just made Ajagba now, just brought out that savagery in him, that extra savagery. So who is going to steal this show? It all depends. Ajagba can actually steal this show. This is what we're talking about right now. So where and how do you watch it? If you're in Nigeria right now, where do you watch it? You watch it on DSTV. You have cable also. I think Super Sport channel. And our brother Kinechuku will explain further when I'm, If you're in Germany, you're watching on the Zone, which I have now. In fact, let me show you guys. So this is my DAZN right here. There's boxing, and yeah, there's an ongoing fight now: Smith versus Fowler. I don't know if the main event has already started, but yeah, I'm watching this fight here tonight. Yeah, undercard, but the prelims I'm gonna be watching that one as well, but not yet. Yeah, undercard. Ajagba will be on another card. I don't know card yet. So, bro, do you know how big this is? So, for those of you guys who are in Nigeria who don't have, because I know not everybody in Nigeria can afford cable, bro. I know already. If you cannot afford cable, if you don't have cable, so message me on Instagram there. Follow me there for sure. And I will bless you. I will bless you guys that cannot afford that. That don't have cable. And yeah. And other territories, I don't know. Depending on where you are. In Italy, I just learned that it's not going to be shown on the Zone in Italy. So I had to bless our brother there. Because it was going to be shown on the Zone in Italy. In the UK. You already know. I also watch in the UK. In Ireland, you already know. So if you're in the UK, you know how to watch it already. Yeah. So for those of you guys who are in a territory where you can afford it, buy the pay-per-view. In America, buy the pay-per-view, please. Because when you buy the pay-per-view, you support our brothers. The money has to go to the pocket. I'm paid for this one every month. Yeah, so I'm still buying. I'm buying it, basically, because this is what the money I pay. They have to give. You don't have to pay money for nothing, bro. So that's it, guys. So like I said, if you have no music watching it, follow me on Instagram. The link is on the live chat here. I pinned it. God bless you. Only those who cannot afford it, who don't have a means to watching it. And obviously, you know how to get where to watch, and I'm not to give you, because you need to support our brothers. Buy stuff. If you know you can do it, buy it. Now let's get to the fight right here. Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. We're gonna be talking about it, predicting it. Oh my god. Oh my god. You woke up. Like, it's crazy right now. The way my heart is beating like crazy, bro. That's the I've been watching. Um, the Water Fury rematch. I have to say though, Water was outclassed in that fight. For one reason or another, it wasn't himself. He didn't look himself from the get go. From the get go of that fight, he looked sloppy. He looked shaky. He didn't have any stamina. It just looked like someone was gonna get beat. I didn't see that before. But when I took my time, I don't really watch Water fights, back like that. If you like the way I watch Joshua fight back, Ajagba fight back, because Ajagba fight I've watched it more than 100 times. I have it as I recorded it. While Water fight, I've not really watched like that, but I took my time to watch it today. Especially that last fight, that is his last fight rematch. Also, the way Fury was just throwing punches, like his gloves look slow, like you could actually just see his knuckles through the glove. It's just a little bit weird. And there's also right now, there's also something going on right now. The gloves. Fury intends to use the same glove he used the last time. And according to the people that commissioned the gloves, they say that the glove is an approved glove. And the gloves look like they look like they didn't look new compared to the one Water has. They look like something already used. It's just a little bit weird in a way, like it's crazy. But let me go around here. Kenechuku. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, bro.
So
you know me, I'm hyped for the fight, man. I'm hyped for the fight.
yeah, I know you are for the fight. I'm also hyped for the fight. However, I'm also scared in a way.
I know you're scared because your two brothers are fighting. Your Bender United is fighting.
No. It's not about Better United, bro. It's what happens with all Nigerians, bro. It's not Better United anything.
Yeah, I have confidence in. Even if I don't have confidence in the two boxers, I have confidence in their trainers. I've watched K. K has always stepped up. K Koroma has always stepped up to the plate in championship fights. He has another championship fight coming up in Atlanta next month versus Herring. And this fight coming up with Sanchez. He is one of the best in terms of game strategy. I said it in the panel yesterday that if Efe follows K Koroma's strategy, it'll be all right. K Koroma is one of the best planners. I'm not saying he's the best, but he's one of the best. Follow his strategy, you'll be all right. I just pray that Efe can listen to him. Like somebody from the panel even said it yesterday. Follow his instructions, you'll be all right. That's the thing. He's not like Efe's former trainer, Ronnie Shields, great legend, but Ronnie Shields is a jab, all the time, jab. K. Koroma is a strategist. He knows how to spin you around. He knows how to fight you in the pocket that's close up, and he knows how to fight you outside the pocket.
Bro, do you know that this is a war, right? This is a war. You know that this is a war right here. You know that. You know that this is not just a fight. This is a war. You know that already. You know that already. You understand what I'm saying right now? It's a war. It's not just a fight, bro. Yeah, because I just told you Sanchez strategy. I've told you yesterday, guys. Sanchez is coming to fight Efe Ajagba. He wants to put Efe Ajagba under pressure and see how he fares in his defense. He wants to see how if Ajagba can fight going backward. But if Ajagba, like I told Ajagba, I said, this is what he plans to do. But if you counter him and he see that he cannot bully you or pressure you like that, put pressure on you, then go for it. But never look for the knockout. Let it come. Just fight your fight. Follow the game plan, but let it come. Yeah, bro.
Exactly. Efe just needs to be patient. We all said it. What you're saying is what we all said yesterday when we were on the panel. That listen, you just need to be patient, and it will come to you. This is a man that's almost 40 years old. Forget what the records say. That man is going to get tired, and he will come to you, Efe, and you go chop. Like Amaru, they always talk. You go chop. You know, you go chop.
Bro, this don't be 40 years old, so until like,
chop amala, wait,
don't want to use it. Listen, don't want to use it to the carry mode. The guy is 29 years old on paper. So,
how old do you think Frank Sanchez is? Do you think Frank Sanchez is in his 30s?
Where is 29 on papers? That's what we believe until proven otherwise.
Okay, it's 29. Sorry, it's 29. It's not.
When I went in there, he belts me that one. I like now you born out, you know.
I'm drinking. Raymond, I have to get this dollar.
Oh, sorry, but wait, hold on. Shout out to Lekan Osagi. He says, why is Efe such an AJ hater? Any thoughts on his recent comments saying AJ's time has passed? Wishing him the best of luck, though. I mean, how you mean AJ hater? If it doesn't, Ajagba does not hate that, Joshua. Where did he say? Where did he say AJ's time has passed?
He never had anything to say nice about AJ or Wilder. And his competition, people need
bro,
to
you guys have to understand. Listen, you guys have to understand though. Like, you guys have to understand. These fighters, they respect each other's, you know, each other's craft. However, this is competition right here.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, what some of the things Ajagba said in the past, which I did not agree with, he himself, he know, I didn't agree with it. I mean, that in course with herself. I'm not someone that like I don't have the mindset of some Nigerians in terms of because if you carry it that way, we carry like wait till we carry. Listen, look at Nigeria right now. We're in a situation where like everything's a mess right now. Okay. It's not. Let's before let's say, "Whoa, the government this." No, it's ourselves. You know, when we look at ourselves, say, well, of course, we have to respect each other's differences. You know, because nobody wants to be subjugated. That's a fact. You know. However, when someone is just hating on somebody like pure hatred, then you have to call it out. However, Efe Ajagba, I've not seen his recent statement, but I don't think he hates Anthony Joshua. Why would he hate Anthony Joshua? For what reason? He doesn't know Joshua. He's never met Joshua before. Maybe afterwards I interview, then I can analyze it. Maybe I've not seen it yet. You know.
Even if he hates
Joshua, and talking about talking about
exactly, it's competition.
I'm talking about Joshua's time being passed. Do you see Joshua fighting the top 10 heavyweights now? Like he's fought a couple of them. He's got the better resume in the division. Yeah. Joshua is not going to be going like fighting the likes of Efe Ajagba now because he will lose against Ajagba now. That's a fact.
He's not going to fight Ajagba now. He's going to fight top 3 now.
If Joshua fight Ajagba now, they fight next. He will lose. Not because Joshua is a better fighter, but Joshua has lost the hunger. Where's the Savage is no longer there in Joshua. So we have to see if he gets the Savage back in the rematch against Usyk. The Savage is missing from Joshua. He knows himself. He knows it. Nigerians were not happy with his performance. You know. So
nobody was happy.
Nigerians were not happy with
he has a long way to go, man.
Nigerians were not happy with Joshua's performance. Like, you cannot be fighting scared. Like, Joshua took the boxing business serious more than the fighting.
Not happy with Joshua.
So let's forget about this one because Joshua right now is, of course, Joshua's time is not over, but I don't see Joshua going like challenging himself like that. What he will do is try to become undisputed. and that's it. After this period, then Joshua will like retire or do something else. I don't know, because Joshua is not taking the boxing side serious now. The Savage is not there. You know. So forget about all this.
My prediction.
Please. I don't want any tribalism here. Who is this woman right there? Please stop it. I'll remove you. I'm not bring a useless Niger Karatakon here. So
Leave the chat alone. You don't-
no. That is not. We're in a civilized world right now, bro. Let them keep that one in Nigeria. Let me remove this guy right here.
I know, bro. But the problem is that the chat will make you go into another atmosphere. Just leave
No.
the chat.
Is one thing go like talking about somebody like statement is one thing, just bringing up his tribe. Like, what has his tribe got to do with him saying that? Like, bro, you know how they use nonsense now. What did they happen with some of them said? Tribalism, they're not queuing up for that side. What do they worry on themselves? Now, this is what I'm telling you. That means now I made the country they go forward now. Somebody says something, you carry on, they bring the tribe and turn on. What does this tribe got to do with this? These guys are fighters, they are warriors, they are in the division, this division. Why would Efe Ajagba hate Anthony Joshua? For what reason? Ajagba is still got a long way to go. Joshua's already established fighter. Why would he hate him for? Of course, Ajagba is looking up towards up to Anthony Joshua. You know, but when it comes to Joshua right now, Joshua is not going to be. Joshua's aim is to become undisputed, and that's it. So please keep that your useless tribalism in your house, and don't bring it in BBC, bro. I mean, you have to know this is home of Nigerian Africa boxing, bro. No, they bring that useless tribalism here. I beg.
Oh my God.
Yes, now they're gonna. I don't like it because if somebody says something, you have to talk about the person. You know, they bring the tribe entire. All this kind of stereotypical view when they get of people is very bad in Nigeria. How many countries they go winner and they complain, say government do this one, government do this one. Let me invest right now.
Let them hear. Let them go.
It's just crazy, man. Like somebody just say, like you have to. Like, I don't know why some Nigerians they cannot engage in constructive criticism. They always bring in tribal anything. That make the country. That's why the country is what it is right now. Yes, we want this one. We want freedom. We want this one. We want freedom. Yeah, you in your mind you have hatred in your mind. How do you prosper? I mean, if Nigeria learned anything, I mean, you should have looked at the system of the Oyo Empire then and the system of the Benin Empire. How was it prosperous? How come do you think that like they were multi-ethnic group? Like Benin is a geography, huh? Is where lots of multi-ethnic groups lived. You know, from Edo to Delta to parts of rivers and all those places. Bro, we are not talking about progression right now. You guys are just bringing tribalism into it. Bro, stop it. No, I hate this stuff. I hate this stuff right now because it's been a long time I see this thing. You know, it's been a long time I've seen it. You know, like sometimes I'll just see something like that. I'll just close my mouth. But now I'm like some Nigerians they are very animalistic in nature, bro. Like it's like these guys they're not different between animals from them. There's no difference between animals and them because they reason the same. No. There's something. Someone is like why can't we just engage in constructive criticism instead of like somebody made a statement. I've not even checked the statement. But one thing I know is that when me and Ajagba we speak, Ajagba knows Joshua is ahead. He knows Joshua is an established fighter already. His brand is already there. There is nothing to hate on Anthony Joshua. Instead, he's inspired by Joshua. But saying that if you say for example that Joshua's time, let me ask you this question right now. Kenechukwu, do you see Anthony Joshua reigning because like if Joshua whether Joshua beats Usyk or not, do you see him reigning for 5 years?
I think he has a good 3-5 year run remaining.
I'm talking about not fighting. I'm talking about reigning.
Reigning as per how?
Reigning as a champion. Do you think Joshua will be motivated by Joshua? Bro, Joshua will just fight on the speed and get out. That's what he would do because he doesn't have the hunger anymore. Like he doesn't have
that's
the
why
The Savage is
that's what
gone.
all of us believe. Yeah, but the thing is that things can change. If he goes with another new trainer, are you saying if he goes with a Derrick James, he doesn't become a contender again? If he goes with a Derrick James, it changes the atmosphere 100 more than 80%, more than 180 degrees. If he
Who's that?
goes
Who
with
we
a
talking
Derrick
about?
James,
AJ.
who?
We're talking about
AJ.
AJ.
Listen, AJ needs either a Mexican trainer or an American trainer. That's all.
Wait,
Those
like
British guys.
GGG's former trainer, that GGG's former that GGG's former trainer. What's the name of that guy? That guy that said Black
To
Fighters
be
don't
to
sell.
be
What's his
even
name?
sincere with you guys,
Abel Sanchez.
to be
Abel Sanchez.
to be even
Oh
sin-
my
to
Abel
be
Sanchez.
listen, guys, listen. To be even sincere with you guys, Joshua is already bigger than the belt. I'm just
like
saying it.
Canelo is bigger than the
Well,
belt.
he was bigger than the belt before, but not anymore, man. Not anymore, bro.
Well, I say no anymore. So, George, you think Joshua can still
Listen.
make a big fight happen right now?
He can make. Listen, the way he's been looking, it's more of he's getting left in the shadows, really, right? He's getting left in the shadows, and nobody really cares. People are looking at him as like dog food, basically, with his performance. Every heavyweight, everybody was disappointed in his performance because he did not do what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? It's Usyk, for God's sake. It's Usyk. You went in there and did the wrong move. I understand you. I understand you were gonna.
Wait, can the rest of you guys
box
mute it? Can you guys mute it? Because can you go and then Tajak will continue.
Yeah, I understand. Like you want to box Usyk for like first 5 rounds, but bro, come on, man. Like you were supposed to after the 5th round, you were supposed to go in there and just dominate that guy and put on and just show him like, listen. What the pictures I sent you guys, you can't deny it. Usyk looked like he was afraid to get punched with AJ, right? But after a while, he saw like, okay, this guy's not doing anything. I'm gonna push the button, and that's what his Usyk is good for. I'm gonna push his button, and that's what he did. He pushed AJ's button, and after that, AJ had nothing, and you saw the disappointment look in his face. Listen, if you're gonna show those faces, you're being watched all over the globe. People are gonna look at you as food. The heavyweight division is gonna look at you as food. Efe Ajagba did nothing wrong because that's just the way it is in the boxing game. Every single one of these fighters, past, young, old, they've all done it. Whether they be sparring partners, eventually they'll rise up and be like, no, this guy is food for me. I want to fight him next, and that's what happens. Come on. It was a disappointing fight. He wasn't able to do what he's supposed to do. Unfortunately, I do believe AJ does need a second trainer in there, other than those British guys over there. I believe that 100%. I believe that 100%. But as for me, I think Efe Ajagba said nothing wrong, and that's just the way it is. That's boxing. They're gonna look at him as food, basically. They're
Bro,
gonna look at him as food.
Ajagba didn't say. Ajagba didn't.
Listen.
Okay, bro, listen. Continue, bro.
Yeah, but it's like
heavy super chats.
Hold on.
Well, hold on. May
I
finish.
said like what Ajagba said. What Ajagba said had nothing. He absolutely said nothing wrong. That's just the way it is in boxing. You're either gonna be the alpha or you're gonna be food. And going back into the rematch, listen to me. AJ cannot do nothing but knock this guy out because he's gonna be going into Usyk's backyard. Do you think they're gonna let that guy win on points? No, there's no such thing. You're gonna go in there and have to knock Usyk out, and that's just the game plan, man. And if you can't do it, unfortunately, if you can't do either or, man, I'm sorry to say it, man. I'm sorry to say that there's gonna be a closing. There's gonna be a beginning and there's gonna be a closing, and the Usyk fight might just be a closing.
Times, but I do appreciate your take on this right here. So, well, we have a big super chat right here. Shout out to Jenny's Jenny Psychology of Boxers. He or she said, I beg, bear on me for fight night. You're too much, brother. Like, this is the first time I'm seeing you here on BBC. $20 for BBC. I think this is good right here. You too much, Jenny. Jenny, yeah, are you a man or are you a male female? Because I know, I mean, the way you say I beg, be on me for the fight night, and I'm guy be, you know. Shout out to you, Jenny. Shout out to you.
Now, that guy's like being there.
Oh, Eddie Hearn just said AJ has initiated his rematch clause for early spring or something like that, and that he's training.
What's early spring? What's early spring? Is it like March or April?
That's March. That's March.
March. So he just initiated his rematch clause. Let's see, man. Let's see.
Listen,
Yo,
Guys,
I think he needs a knockout.
Listen.
I think that in this last fight, it really messed up big time. However, if we look back to the history of boxing, in the history of boxing, I mean, let's, sometimes you need to go really low for you to come back up again. I'm just gonna still give him a benefit of the doubt. I don't want to completely write him off because he's still a top fighter. Maybe this is gonna be the real wake-up call that he actually needs to get to the top of his game. I mean, when you look at the likes of Lennox Lewis, he also lost twice, but for me, that era, Lennox Lewis is probably the greatest of that era. So I don't want to write him off. Like, even if he loses 2-3 fights, he still has a lot of fights ahead of him, and not just AJ. Any of these boxers, even if Wilder, God forbid, loses tonight, I don't think he's going to. I'm still not going to write him off. If any of these guys loses,
God
I'm still
forbid,
not going to. Yeah, that was why I put that ahead, man. God forbid. But this is boxing. We'll never know. We're all waiting up to see what this fight is going to be at. I'm really anxious. I'm so desperate.
Listen, guys. The reason why I said Joshua is bigger than the belts is because, okay, let's look at Usyk now. Usyk's got the belt right now, right? Got the belt right now. Usyk can never be bigger than Joshua commercially. That's a fact.
No.
So,
yeah.
Usyk, listen. Usyk can never be bigger than Anthony Joshua commercially. It's just that the appeal is not there. Of course, in his country, Ukraine, he's got sponsorships there. But I don't see Jaguar calling Usyk and say, you beat Joshua now, you let people out. No, bro. Like, Joshua just has that personality. He has a team that's already established. Is the business side of boxing. The business side of boxing, Joshua is blessed forever on that part. However, to be relevant in boxing, you have to at least, even if you don't win, at least show you still got the dog in you. Joshua did not show it the last time. Maybe that's when people will say, yeah. And you also understand, Joshua is from, like, a lot of Joshua fans, I watch his fight in the UK, are British citizens. Okay. And those people, they are very fickle sometimes. When you're losing, they call you bums. Okay. When you're winning, they call you the greatest of all time. They hype you up, which is also common in some sort of in other societies as well. But Joshua is still going to be a huge draw. You know what I mean? So
you see, for me, right, one of the sorry, bro, go on.
You see what I'm saying? You see this guy again. Please, blood. I just saw something about Adewale. I think someone deleted it, right? Adewale, how you doing?
Yeah. Let me quickly roast. Let me roast that.
No. Hey, just block him.
I don't block you.
Block him. Just block him.
I don't block you.
Block him, man. Block him for me, brother.
What did he say?
Block him. Just block the guy. Just block the guy right here. I beg.
Should I read what he said?
What he said? Read it.
I don't think you understand it, Adewale. I mean,
let me translate it. Let me translate it because this dummy cannot even type in English. He said, "You this Edo guy, something is wrong with you. You went to hide abroad, and you think life is better for people in Niger? Do you call people animals? The person's father is an animal."
Who is this person?
I don't know, man. I don't know where it's from, but I guess it's one of those those wayward guys in Nigeria, you know,
Don't say what.
you know, Nigeria had a lot of waywardness, bro. Like so, bro, I'm from Nigeria, bro. Like I'm very proud of being Nigerian. However, some of us, the even don't you look at so I just read about the Twitter, you know, Twitter. So I look at Nigerian Twitter. Even this is eating us so deep, from politics to religion, from religion to even the music industry. You just see two fan base like this, that just insulting each other, like not even insult, but going personal, you know. To the point where you will say, "Wow, this is weird." This is that. There are a lot of toxic people in Nigeria. There are a lot of toxic people like this, you know. So block the guy for me, I beg. Block this guy. Block it out of the shit right here. Pass F. May I see what I feel block this guy? Let me.
I don't block him.
Oh, you don't block. I don't know how to block this guy, Sha. I don't feel enter in chat in stuff. I go search and later block him. Yeah. What were you saying? Who were you saying? What are you saying?
I was gonna say that one of the reasons.
Okay. Okay, now here. Yeah, now.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say that. Yeah. Although Usyk is a really really good fighter, he's an elite fighter and all of that. And he deserves to hold the bets at the minute because he beat AJ, literally properly beat AJ. However, boy, I don't want those belts in that region, man. Heavyweight boxing is gonna go back into. I think I'm so scared it's gonna go back into those dark ages, man, because the belt needs to be around this side, America or the UK. Sorry, I don't just want boxing to go back to where it was some years ago. So, and Wilder needs to win tonight as well, because just imagine Fury still being the WBC champion and Usyk the unified champion. Just imagine where heavyweight boxing is gonna be dead within a few years. In all honesty, we need people that would carry this division, man. We really do. Fury is not stable. Usyk is going to be very quiet in Ukraine with the belt. He's going to be beating everybody, and he's just going to go back to those years, man. Honestly.
Yeah, man. By the way, Tajagbe, you're yet to speak on this as well. Yeah, Efe Ajagba from Sanchez. I mean, I'm going to ask you guys the final prediction soon. Now I will get it from you guys soon. But
knockout for Efe.
No. We never reach that side. I'm not at that time. I said, may Tajagbe come in. Tajagbe coming, bro.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Yeah. You say Efe Ajagba versus Frank Sanchez, man, or the whole undercard in general.
You say?
Are we talking about the whole undercard in general, or just Efe?
Well, the first one is Ajagba, but that's the one personal for me. That's personal for me. Ajagba Sanchez is personal.
Main event, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
After that one, we'll go to the other one.
Yeah. I like, listen. We used to worry about Ajagba if he's finally going to be seen around the world. I'm glad he's co-maining. I think after this fight, I pray to God this guy wins this fight, man. After this fight, I don't think he'll be co-maining anymore. I think he'll be headlining his own show. I've watched Sanchez do it. I remember when I first laid my eyes on Sanchez. It was when Ajagba got hurt and he pulled out of that fight, and Sanchez replaced him. I saw the way Sanchez was fighting. I'm like, man, this guy has some skills to him. Whether it be the opponent he was fighting, he still made light work and he still looked good in it. Even though his opponent wasn't all that. I thought his opponent was a supermodel of some sort, or a model that wasn't really much of a boxer. I came back to Raymond. I'm like, yo, listen, man, this Sanchez guy, it's gonna be a fight for Ajagba if they ever meet. I don't know if you remember that, Raymond. I was saying that Sanchez is gonna be a fight for Ajagba, and here we are now, man. Ajagba versus Sanchez. During that time, I didn't like the way Ajagba was moving around, especially with his former trainer. What's his name? His former trainer.
Running cheers.
Yeah, Ronnie Shields. I didn't like it.
Yeah, the,
Because
the one
Ajagba
that is
really
the
was
one that is
yeah,
training the other guy now. The one that is training the other guy. Like last fight we saw, he had no game plan, bro.
exactly.
No game
So
plan, nothing.
I didn't like it.
Just power,
I didn't
power,
like the
power,
way
power,
Ajagba
power,
was
power,
moving.
power, power, power.
So you know what, we complained about for that for so long. We talked about it, and it's funny because when we complained is when Ajagba almost got knocked out by Ilago Kiati, and that's when we were even mad even more because we talked about it. We're like, yo, this guy, man, he's not improving. He's not improving at all. And eventually, he left. Well, who was his former PBC, right? It was PBC,
Yeah, yeah,
legit.
PBC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
PBC
PBC.
via I think he came first via was Richard Schaefer. He came Richard Schaefer and Shelly Finkel.
Right. They
Yeah,
weren't
but
doing him any
like
good.
Chelifinko was the one that brought him to America, and then Richard, Chelifinko connected him with Richard Schaefer. Basically, Finko was his advisor, you know. So
They
Finko
weren't
had the
doing him
upper
any
hand.
good. They weren't doing him any good at all. But I'm glad he was able to go to J Prince and switch to K Koroma because he's actually improving. He has improved somewhat, and coming to this fight, I believe this fight has pumped him up to where he knows that Frank Sanchez. Listen, Frank Sanchez is a good fighter, but he can get touched up sometimes to where FA can knock him out. What I like about what the game plan I would like to see for Efe Ajagba is for him to go in there and like I said, this he doesn't really need to throw that right hand. All he has to do is just jab and continue to disguise that right hand, and when he sees it, he lands it. Efe, it looks like I said, Efe Ajagba's punches, every single one of them, when he throws it, it looks like they hurt. You know, if he could at least you know throw a good jab out there to where Frank Sanchez will think twice about coming in towards FA. That would be good for FA because now he could actually work off of Frank Sanchez's off of Frank Sanchez not being able to step up to him and move closer to him. So that's when Frank Sanchez FA job could work and really push Frank Sanchez down, because Frank Sanchez does not like to go back. He's a guy that likes to push the buttons and move forward, you know. And he'll hit you and move. He'll hit you and move, and does not really get to doesn't want to get touched. And the mistake that he makes is he lacks the necessary endurance to go on to the fight to like the 12th round. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a 12th round fight. Efe Ajagba has been in 12th round fights where I'm confident enough he can compose himself as long as he doesn't fight on the same level as Frank Sanchez. If he decides to fight on the same level as Frank Sanchez, there might be some problem in the later rounds, especially with both of them. And they might look sloppy. And then if Frank Sanchez lands a punch, it could be over at any time. Like I said. But I would like for Efe Ajagba to just fight at his own pace. Conceal his jab, conceal his right hand, and just mix it up. You know, I've seen Efe Ajagba fight, man. He could throw in combinations if he decides to throw in combinations. This is where I would like the fight to go. But for me, I think FA can really do some damage, in the later rounds. That's when he could actually win the rounds. I wouldn't want him to really overexert himself in the beginning of the round. It's the later rounds that matters, especially with Frank Sanchez. But I would say I would want FA Ajagba to get a nice knockout, maybe like in the 10th round is where I see this go is where I see this fight going, actually knocking Frank Sanchez out. But if not, I can see Frank Sanchez TKOing a Jabba um, anywhere from the 6th round, because Sanchez does have power too. Let's not forget about that. He does have power. If Jabba fights sloppy, and Sanchez continues to land and move around, It's gonna be a quick work and easy night for Frank Sanchez. Easy night for Frank Sanchez. Like I said, let Ajagba fight at his own pace. Listen to K Koroma, and he could get the work done in the later rounds. I think the later round will do well for Efe Ajagba.
Thanks, brother. I do appreciate your take on this. Let's get to the Wilder versus Fury, bro.
Sorry, Raymond, they just started the preliminaries worldwide on the YouTube channel for PBC. So the
Yeah,
preliminaries.
but I wanna be the one where I wanna watch the
Oh, but I'm
prelims.
just
The prelims, the re one. Do you want Elanga? They fight on another canal, right? Elanga and Williams. So I think that one will start by 1 a.m. here. You know.
Yeah, right.
So yeah. So Tajagbe, like Fury Wilder, you know.
The Fury Wilder, we've all said it. I do not want Deontay Wilder to go in there throwing his right hand. Listen, you have to conceal your best hand, right? You can't show your right hand, especially like in poker. You can't show your good hand already. You know, you have to play the bluff, right? And everything's been laid out for Deontay Wilder. He's had enough time to train and everything. I believe everything should go good on his side. If Deontay Wilder, keys to success will be going to that body and do not stop going to that body. Do not stop until the sixth round. That's when you should start working and concealing your right hand with the jabs and working and moving. Bro, do not let Tyson. He cannot allow Tyson to rest on him. If that may be, he has the power to go to the body and really hurt Tyson when Tyson tries to hug him. Listen, I'll say that again, man. Wilder has the power to go to the body of Tyson because Tyson, when he holds you, he leaves his body open. Man, I pray Wilder does this shit because if he doesn't do this shit, it's gonna worry me because it's the less success he's gonna have in the fight because now he's not doing it. Tyson Fury is gonna be laying on top of him using 276 pounds of himself on top of Wilder. You know, compared to a guy that's 244 and 276. That's a lot of weight. That is a lot of weight. So I think going to the body and really showing like, man, you think you're gonna have to protect your body than your head. I'm gonna go to that body. That's the body's what I want. You know, you go to that body, you pay dividends in the later rounds. It's so important. There's a reason why Tyson Fury wears his freaking shorts all the way up. There's a reason why for that. He does not like getting hit to the body, man. He's talking about some a featherweight to hit him to the body, bro. If you don't get that nonsense out of here, you better get somebody who can hit you to the body. And he's still moving while he's still getting hit. He knows that shit still hurts. So, bro, let me tell you, if Wilder goes to the body of Tyson Fury and sticks to it, I think it will pay him such an amazing, like it would open a big knockout for him in the later rounds, man. I believe that. I put my money on that, like 110%. But if he doesn't do it and he headhunts, you know, yes, he has a good jab, but listen, if you can't mix it up, what's the whole point? I believe if he mixes it up, goes to the body, jab to the body, jab to the body, jab, conceals it. You know, even if he has to think like pretend he's trying to uppercut somebody, uppercut, man, it'll pay good for him. You know, but if he doesn't, we might just see a repeat again. You know, depending on how much in shape Wilder has come in now. But for Tyson Fury, you know. I honestly believe Tyson Fury is probably gonna go in there and really put his weight on Wilder. You know, hold him, rest on him, push him. Listen, he won't let Wilder try to use that right hand. The main thing is, as soon as Wilder's gonna use that right hand, Fury's gonna force. He's gonna push the button and force that fight. You know, to where Wilder's not gonna be able to like, you know, let me hit him. Let me find a good shot on him. You know, because Wilder needs a good amount of space to hit, and Fury's not gonna give him that. Okay. Fury's not going to give him that. And by the time he's trying to throw a right hand, Fury is going to be holding him, you know, grabbing him, doing all sorts of stuff. So I believe that's Fury's game plan. Fury's game plan is not going to change at all. I don't think it's going to change. And I believe that's what he's That's what he's gonna do, you know. But as for me, I like I said, Wilder has the opportunity. Everything is laid out. It all depends on how his team is well prepared for it, man. I honestly believe that.
Thanks, brother. I do appreciate your take on this. By the way, before Adewale come in or someone else, what do you make of those gloves? That the gloves are controversy right now.
I saw those gloves. I was looking at them, and they said horsehair gloves. But listen, I don't know much about these glove
But
thingies.
but 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 those
But so
gloves, they look like second-hand used gloves. If
they
you
do,
look,
they do.
They're horsehair gloves. They're horsehair gloves.
I know, but they look used already.
Listen, they said Fury brought those in. Honestly, this is what I think. Listen, the gloves should not be brought in by anybody. They should be brought in by the commission himself. The commission tells both parties what gloves do you guys prefer, and that's who should be able to bring those gloves in, right? Not and they should be able to agree on what type of glove. I saw these gloves and they do look funny. I'm not gonna lie. They do look wrinkled. They do like they were used. I've always said, the padding and boxing gloves. You can manipulate those. You could to where you worn out the padding inside, and the padding becomes soft, and it's like a pillow basically. When you use a pillow, it becomes dull, and your neck starts hurting, like everything. It's the same thing. It's the same concept, really. So you would say it like that, and I believe if Fury goes in there and tries to use that same glove, man, you know, I think he probably manipulated those gloves. I honestly believe that. And if he's so confident, let him use another glove. Let him use another glove. It's just plain and simple.
Probably use the
But I
same one,
I,
right?
I honestly believe that they just. It's funny. Yeah, it's funny because if everybody was paying attention, right, I caught on to this. Fury was talking about his hand wraps and not the gloves. Everybody's not talking about the hand wraps. We're talking about the gloves, not the hand wraps. you know. So I kind of paid attention to that. I'm like, wait a minute, why are you talking about hand wraps? You're talking about Jay Diaz was sitting there while you getting hand wrapped. We're not talking about hand wraps. We're talking about your gloves. This is the whole situation. So he might try to make himself feel better, saying, "Yeah, I didn't cheat," because it wasn't the hand wraps. They think it was the hand wraps. We're not talking about hand wraps. We're talking about gloves. You know. So I honestly believe if Fury goes in there and tries to do the same thing again, man, I don't know. I don't know. But I think Wilder should just listen. If Fury can't do the same thing he did in the last fight, we can say Fury had some something to do, some weird goings in the second fight. So that's what we call hopeful. We gotta wait to see when the fight begins. If Fury cannot replicate what he did in the second fight, and if Wilder's able to actually berate this guy and just really unleash and just beat the shit out of this guy, then we can now say, yeah, man, I think Fury kind of cheated. So that's what
I
I'm
don't
waiting on.
think it
I am
would
waiting on that.
be. I don't
That
think
is
it
what
would
I
be
am waiting on.
one-sided. Like Water, I don't think it would be one-sided if Water beats Fury. I think it would be him landing the right hand and like maybe like executing his game plan properly. You know, because Fury is always gonna be tricky, bro. That guy is always gonna be tricky. No matter how big he is, no matter how no matter the size of that guy, he's always gonna be tricky. He's a tricky man. He's bipolar. By the way, Drake. You know Drake, the rapper or singer. He came out today. He sent a message to that Fury, like supporting him. Some people told me that listen, this is good. It means like Water might win.
Because Fury's gonna lose.
Because the Drake curse already. The
The
Drake
Drake
curse.
curse.
The
Yeah.
Drake curse.
You know,
The Drake curse is on Fury, and that Edo boy get that Edo that is the way. What's that your boxer they call her? That Edo for sure. That Bashali say Edo say as long as he get her, as long as you get a he be Edo man, he no go lose bad fights.
Ogodomigodo.
What you gonna make though?
Remember, you don't have that.
What you gonna make again, brother? You mean they said the spirit, you know? Yeah, those spirit, the warrior spirit. Now why they talk about it?
Yeah, no. They don't say that they give something. All these boxers when they fight for Edo State, then they give them something there.
Which state? Which state did they give them?
Bashali talk am now. Say that's why he did like 56.
You mean Bola? Like Bola they talk.
I don't know what they call.
Anyway, I understand. Guy, I understand. Like Bola they don't. My guy, make it. My guy, this one a bossy match, man.
Go get 3 WBA judges for
this one a bossy match, man. Like, anyway, Adewale, you coming? Let me. Can you like analyze the Ajagba Sanchez fight?
Man, I'll tell you what, man. Right now, as we're speaking, having this conversation, I am watching Sanchez versus Joeko. I'm trying to understand this Frank Sanchez guy, see what he does, how good he is. You remember Joeko? Dawejko.
You mean Dawejko, the guy that
there
like
was a rumor.
Yeah, the guy that knocked out AJ in New York.
Yes, there was a rumor. There was a rumor that he was sparring AJ in preparation for Ruiz, and he knocked out AJ.
The same guy that Charles Martin stopped, though. Charles Martin is the only guy that stopped him. Charles Martin is the only guy that stopped that stopped that. Yeah, it's funny, huh? They said this boxing thing. It's so funny. Joshua Charles Martin was not mad for Joshua, and Charles Martin remained the only person to stop that guy, and he's fought almost everybody, bro. It's funny. It's just funny.
I'm looking at his record. He's 5'10". The guy is actually fat. He's a fat 5'10" guy, but he's a very good counter puncher. That's Joeko.
You mean tick?
What Sanchez is doing against him, bro? Man, no. What's the point being politically correct? Fat is fat, bro.
Bro, tick, bro, tick. Just say that one.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay, the man is tick. The man is tick. And Sanchez is clearly outboxing him in this fight, right? I've seen one other Frank Sanchez fight from top to bottom, and I've watched a bunch of his highlights. So I'm really trying to understand Frank Sanchez. But I'll tell you what, now that I'm looking at this fight, I'm less scared because he's not doing anything extremely special. This guy will not beat Usyk. Frank Sanchez cannot beat Usyk. No, he's not as skilled as Usyk, bro. Because Usyk's footwork topples Frank Sanchez's footwork. So the advantages that Sanchez has over Efe, maybe we were slightly over-exaggerating it to an extent. Maybe not. In all fairness, Sanchez is still more skilled than Efe, okay? He has better footwork, better range of punches. He throws left hooks, body punches. This guy, you know what this guy does? He sets up an overhand right hand by throwing a weak jab to your torso, to your belly. Then out of the blues, boom, overhead right hand. So he knows how to set up his punches. He knows how to move around the ring. He's not that much shorter than Efe Ajagba. He's 6'4". Efe is 6'5", and he has more experience than Efe.
No, Efe is 6'6".
Efe is 6'6". Okay, my bad. But bro, you know one thing I've realized? This is professional boxing. This is not the amateurs. So your amateur experience does not matter. And Deontay Wilder proved it to me against Luis Ortiz. Bro, Ortiz is way more experienced than Wilder. Wilder knocked him out twice. So Efe can do it. All Efe needs to do is to be calm. Just like Kenechukwu said earlier. And what's it called? T.Y. Ajagbe's analysis was spot on. He was saying Efe needs to be calm, just like Kenechukwu said. He needs to be calm. He needs to be calculated. Oh, snap. Can you guys give me 5 seconds, please? I really apologize. No, right now, but I'll be back in like 1 minute.
Can you come in?
Let me jump in.
Come in.
Okay, okay. So yeah, I like what Adewale is saying. You know, you don't want to overestimate and underestimate Frank Sanchez, right? But I think the main key is if is for FA to keep a level head, and just he has the longer reach. I believe if he just works off his jab, Efe Ajagba has a decent jab. All right, I like his jab. It's decent. If he just works off that jab and just continue working off that jab and go to the body, and move and doesn't really get frustrated, it's gonna pay. It's gonna help him out because Frank Sanchez is in the later rounds looks like crap, right? And Efe Ajagba, as the way he moves, fights at his own pace, at a good pace. I think he should be able to do it. And I hope FA's team has been making sure Vada has been testing Frank Sanchez. You can't leave nothing out of that Canelo team. I don't care what nobody says. Can't leave nothing out of their team. All bunch of cheaters and users, man. So I hope they've been watching that guy. They've been testing him. It would be funny if he starts to look funny in his professional career now that he's being tested. But I really hope so. But I think he absolutely can get it done. It's just not about the power. It's just about putting a good game plan together, especially with your team. And I believe Kids Koroma, training Shakur Stevenson and Anderson. Those guys are natural boxers, and Efe Jagba having been in that camp, training with Anderson, Brian Jennings, and a whole bunch of these other guys is should have helped him out tremendously. And I'm 100% sure Efe Job can get it done, man. I'm looking forward to this fight. This co-main event is going to be a big starter for the Fury fight. I'm looking forward to it.
Times what is Adewale back, or maybe Maojo can come in then? Maojo, are you with us? I guess not. Adewale, are you there? Okay, Adewale is.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. How you doing, bro?
Don't forget about this guy, man. What is it? Adam Kaunaki versus this guy.
Alenius, we'll talk about that as well. We just want to,
Interesting fight.
we just want to analyze this one first, and after we analyze all, then we can give final prediction. Mario, what's
Brothers, I
your
apologize. I'm back.
okay, Mario? What's your analysis of Ajagba Fran Sanchez, the fight?
Yeah, Sanchez is a really good fighter. He's a very, very good boxer. And obviously we all know of his amateur. He's got a really good amateur background and all of that. But in saying that, I totally agree with Adewale and Tai that sometimes we overrate some of these fighters. And whatever you've achieved in the amateurs is okay, but this pro game is completely different. So I think Efe needs to be calm. However, he needs to put it on Sanchez. He shouldn't allow Sanchez to get into a rhythm. You see them guys that can really box. The thing is, like, when you allow them get into a rhythm, that was exactly what happened to AJ Usyk. Don't allow a good boxer get into a rhythm, because when they get into that flow, into that rhythm, then it's hard. It's really, really hard to get them out of that rhythm. So from the word go, be patient, be intelligent, but don't allow him get into any kind of rhythm. Because when he gets into that flow, if he's going to find it difficult, if he has got the power, if he has got the reach to actually put it on him intelligently, and don't allow him to get into that flow, into that rhythm. That's all I've got to say as regards that fight.
Okay, Water Fury.
That's a fight I'm really nervous about. I think it's pretty much the same in a way. Wilder needs to, I think Wilder really, really needs to get his emotion in check. Wilder is good. I think Wilder is actually quite good. I think we keep talking about his power, but Wilder has got a really good jab as well. Yes, he doesn't use it as often as he should, but he's actually got a really good jab. But the one of the problems that Wilder has is that Wilder gets very, very emotional because he's a very emotional guy. He needs to keep that in check. Fury is going to try to frustrate him in this fight. Fury is gonna do everything to get Wilder out of his, like, literally to get him to be emotional. So I'm just hoping that Wilder is able to keep his emotion in check, go to the body. I don't just understand why people don't go to Tyson Fury's body. People allow Fury to mesmerize them with his movement and all of these things and his feints and all of. Wilder, please, just go to his body. Get him weak. Don't start head hunting. Don't start throwing the right hand from the first, second, or the third round. No, be calm, be patient, work that body. Keep your emotions in check. Don't get too emotional, because if Wilder gets emotional, Fury is going to be in tonight. If he gets emotional and he starts to swing and all of that, he should just stick to his game plan. I think that is actually key. It is actually key for Wilder to stick to his game plan. That when I get in there, no matter what Fury does, I'm not gonna get emotional. I'm not gonna go out of my game plan. I'm gonna stick to my game plan, because I'm sure they've got a solid game plan in place. I'm sure Malik Scott and the team, they've put a solid game plan in place, and if he sticks to that game plan, he's probably going to knock Fury out. But if Wilder don't stick to that game plan, and Wilder gets into his emotions and get emotional and start swinging and all of that, then unfortunately it's gonna be a wrap for him. But I hope that he's able to keep that in check. Go to the body. Don't allow Fury to put his weight on you. If he puts his weight on you, push him. Do whatever it takes. Use your head, man. If he tries to put that stupid weight on you, just push him back straight away. Don't even give him a chance to do that. Because if you give him a chance to do that, your legs are going to get weak. And when your legs gets weak, you're not going to be able to generate any power or much power. So don't allow him to do all them dirty tactics, and don't allow him. Do not allow him. But at the same time, be calm whilst doing that. So yeah, I'm hoping that Wilder is able to beat him, beat a knockout, whatever. Just beat him.
Oh man. Okay, Adewale, come in.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I was speaking about Efe Ajagba, Frank Sanchez earlier, and I apologize, man. I had to go take care of my kid there. Efe needs to be calm and not be afraid. Just like my Ojo said as well, don't give this guy an opportunity to get into a rhythm. He has to put pressure on this guy. Kenechukwu said this about a week ago, that Efe Ajagba needs to cut the ring off. Hopefully, his trainer, K. Koroma, has been working on learning how to cut off the ring during training camp. If they can implement that, then that would nullify Frank Sanchez's ability to move around. And Efe, that might set up the opportunity to land the straight right hand from Efe. So yeah, Efe, it's a tough fight. I'll be honest with you guys. This fight is a 50-50. Legit. Efe Ajagba, Frank Sanchez is a 50-50 fight. But I'm obviously rooting for Efe. I want him to be great. If he wins this fight, man, he goes to the upper echelon, straight up. Now we're going to be talking about title contention. He would be in line. He will probably be ranked by the WBO and the WBC top 5, top 6, top 7, whatever. And his opportunity will come anytime soon. Who knows? Maybe Efe will be in line to fight the winner of AJ Usyk versus Joe Joyce. Efe might fight one of those 3 guys next. Now,
I don't know yet. There's still people ahead of him, but it's with Top Rank, so anything can happen. In this game, it all depends on who you're with. Sometimes if you're not with a recognized promoter, so then it might take ages to get it. But there are people ranked ahead of Efe Ajagba. But if he wins this fight, of course, he will not be among the top 10. Like he should be. Like, bro, this fight is finally an elite fighter, huh? Not a Seferi, huh? Like the Fury fought. An elite fighter, not Pianeta, not Francisco Pianeta, bro.
Ife is already ranked top 10 by maybe 2 or 3 sanctioning bodies. I'm not too sure now. I believe it's ranked top 10 by the WBC for sure, and then maybe the WBA and the IWBO.
But let's say, 2023 is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I think next year, Efe Ajagba might have my headliner show. That's why it's very important that he performs well in this fight. It doesn't mean whether I get a knockout or not, but if he performs good and he entertain the crowd well, bro, people, because let me tell you one thing.
Yeah.
You look at Ajagba right now. You just see Ajagba, you just know that this guy, he has stardom written all over him already. Believe you me, tonight, once Ajagba walk into the ring, once he's walking towards the ring, people are gonna be thinking it's water. He carries. The guy. You look at the guy alone, you say this guy now this one a knockout artist, right? This one na savage. This one, you feel me? So that persona is already there. Only thing he needed was the promotional company. Of course, improve on his skill set, and the rest is history. I mean, I've also fight good. So imagine if Efe Ajagba steal the show tonight, bro. Like, let's say Ajagba did the same thing. Does the same thing did to Brian Howard in his last fight. he will steal the show. That's a fact. You're not ready. Because Nigerians, listen, every Nigerian, I'm telling you right now, Nigerians are watching. And you have to understand also that this Deontay Wilder one, I think it was nice that Deontay Wilder came out the way he came out. Like, proud, bold, and claim his Nigerianness, I think it was because now you look at you see that the perception of Wilder by Nigerians is different, bro. Maybe I see some Nigerians, some haters like that one we coined that way that time. There's some people like that, you understand, we could get negative mindset, those are animalistic people now. See, but people wait get with the reason where, understand? Wait on the reason where, go see me. This guy is representing us. Now let's support him. Do you know that the fabric Deontay Wilder is going to be wearing tonight was like imported from Nigeria? So that already shows that he already get people for this safe. They made the connection, and the costume they said it took 2 weeks to make. So even before it, bro, this guy, him coming out to claim that he's Nigerian, is the best thing ever for him. It's the fact. It's a fact. So now, do you know how many Nigerians have written have written me and say, "Oh, bro, I want to watch this water. You don't know, I beg. May I watch her now? I'll bless them. I don't bless over 200 people now. I tell they bless more they go. Normally, back in the days, like I mean, nobody will ask me about Wilder fight self. Nobody will care. Nigerians don't even care whether he fight or not fight or what did concern them. When Joshua fight, yes, they will care. But now the thing has changed now, so they're also caring now for Deontay Wilder. What do you think about that?
Man, it's a good thing, man. It's a good thing. I'm happy for Wilder. I'm happy that he's the guys always talked about I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I enjoy my life. I'm a happy person in my life, in my personal life. He's so content that he has the time to go search his his origins, where his forefathers came from, and he's trying to reconnect. And that is just a beautiful thing, man. It's something that anybody should be proud about. Anybody that disparages him for making that move is simply, you, man, just go get your brains checked, period. Because there is, you can't be normal to criticize that. A man trying to reconnect where he's from. Bro, I'm happy for Wilder, man. And most importantly, after he destroys Tyson Fury tonight, don't get it wrong, bro. Tyson Fury is a good fighter. Okay, the man is extremely skilled. However, Fury is not the most confident fighter, and that's why he has to do some moves, to some illegal moves precisely to give him an advantage. I mean, we've seen it happen many times, bro. Like I can count 5 issues in the past that many boxing fans either choose to sweep under the carpet and pretend like it never happened, or they just simply ignore it. Bro, this man has done many unscrupulous things in the past in his career that you can tell that this guy is a dirty fighter. This guy is not the most confident fighter, because if he was, you don't need to be cheating, period. Now, with that being said, the game plan that Tyson Fury implemented in the second fight, it worked out good. Plus, he cheated. So a combination of the game plan and the cheating with the gloves made him have success. And I'll tell you the game plan. I was watching an interview between Tyson Fury and Frank Bruno. In that interview, Fury told Bruno that, man, I boxed and moved in the first fight, man, and I just realized, man, I wasn't having the success. And then once I got knocked down in the 12th round of the first fight, I realized what I needed to do. And then I had some success in the 12th round. After that fight, I decided to change my camp, change my training, my trainer. I approached Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill, I told him, listen, Sugar Hill, I want to knock this guy out. And Sugar Hill's response was, I also want to knock this guy out. So let's make it work. And all they did was they fought aggressively. Come forward with the jab, come forward with the jab. If the opportunity comes for the straight right hand, throw it. So come forward with the jab, throw the jab hard, throw the jab hard, throw the right hand behind it. Wilder wasn't prepared for that. He was put on the back foot unexpectedly. He was thinking, this is what I believe Deontay Wilder was thinking. He was thinking, man, I'm just going to knock this guy out. I don't need to over-prepare for this guy. This guy is trash, bro. I got too emotional in the first fight. That's why I couldn't land. But this time around, bro, I'm going to knock him out. Plus, I'm coming off of 2 spectacular knockouts. One against Dominic Brazil, one against Luis Ortiz. Bro, this nigga just needs to be perfect for... Sorry, I apologize about my choice of words. This guy only needs to be perfect. This guy needs to be perfect for 12 rounds, but I need to be perfect for 2 seconds. And once he makes that mistake, I'm clipping him and it's good night. But it worked out again. It worked against Wilder, okay? Because Fury came in with the weird gloves that you could see his knuckle prints through. Then he came in with an aggressive come forward style. This is a guy that throughout his entire career, he's only had 4 proper knockouts, 17 technical knockouts. And the reason why that could be the case, not necessarily that Tyson Fury is not a power puncher, because let's keep it real, man. Anybody that is 6'9", that weighs 300 pounds, bro, you don't want that man to punch you, man. He would actually knock you out. So he definitely has power. But Fury being a proper boxer, that's the style he has been used to his entire life, his entire career. He got into the first Wilder fight boxing, thinking, I'll box this guy and I'll win. And then the second fight, he said, I'm going to take that risk, go for the knockout. If I get knocked out in the process, so be it. But he also cheated with the gloves. And then he got the success. So right now, what Deontay Wilder needs to do, because I support Deontay Wilder, I want him to win this fight. I root for Wilder more than anything. I hate the fact that this guy has been disrespected by everybody that has the opportunity for so long. I want him to win. What Wilder needs to do, first and foremost, be aware that Tyson Fury is coming into this fight with the same game plan that he used in the second fight. And the evidence is there. He came in, on the way in, Tyson weighed 277 pounds. That proves to me that he plans to come forward like the Mack truck that he keeps on claiming. Oh, I'm the Mack truck. I will run you over. I'm an 18-wheeler Mack truck. That's exactly what he's going to do. He's gonna come forward, try to do the same thing that he did in the second fight, and if he's not successful, then he'll change plans. Maybe he'll start boxing, whatever. So what Wilder needs to do is to be defensively aware. I watched. I don't like Teddy Atlas, but the guy is a wealth of knowledge. Okay, that guy is extremely intelligent, but I don't like him. So I watched one of his videos, and he was demonstrating what Wilder needs to do. And I'm going to say the same thing here because I agree. He said, when Fury comes forward with the aggressive jab, just like he did in the second fight, Wilder needs to slip, learn to slip punches. I bet you they've already done all of that in the last 18 months of training with Malik Scott. So Wilder is no longer that fighter that would weave to the back. You know, Wilder leans back. You throw a punch at Deontay Wilder, he leans back to get away from the punch. He's not the kind of guy that really slips. He slips sometimes, but for the most part, he leans back. And to me, that just proved that the guys that he had been fighting in the past, number one, they were at a disadvantage in terms of their reach. Number two, they really didn't have an answer to his lean back approach. So Wilder needs to go into this Tyson Fury third fight slipping punches. He needs to slip the jabs coming from Fury and counter. Slip a jab and counter. That is the best defensive strategy that I can think of. You slip a jab, you can either counter with a straight right hand or you counter with a jab as well.
So,
or you do the main, yeah?
Okay, what if Fury decide to then box?
Now that's where it gets dangerous. If Fury decides,
if for example, box, like Wilder counters Fury and then he feels it, which is probably gonna knock him down, okay, and then he get up and start boxing, what does Wilder do then?
So I believe before Tyson Fury decides to start boxing, he must have been experiencing unsuccessful moments in the fight, because all his come forward aggressive style is not working. So he decides to go to plan B, which is boxing. Now, by the time he gets to that point, Wilder would have already been leading on the scorecards, and his confidence would have gone even higher. Now, this is where I'm a little bit worried. I would say that I'm a little bit worried about Wilder's weight. He came in at 238. That was the highest in his entire career. And I know Wilder built a lot of muscle, so it's not like fat. But at the same time, I believe Deontay Wilder has a slim bone frame. He's not one of those big guys. Wilder is not like a Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is a thick monster. Okay. Wilder is a skinny, lanky guy that knows how to punch. So if you're skinny and you pack 30 pounds in 2 years, because he came in at 208 pounds against Tyson Fury in December 2018, 2021, he's weighing 238. So that's 30 pounds in 2 years. It's possible to gain 30 pounds in 2 years and still maintain your what's it called? Your cardiovascular, you know what I'm saying? What's the word I'm looking for now? But you guys know what I'm talking about, right? If it's possible, yeah. If the muscles don't make him gas out towards the end, because that is an unusual weight, then it's a problem. It could be a problem for Wilder, but at the same time, it's going to be a problem for Tyson Fury, definitely, because Tyson came in at 277. There is no way you're going to box and move around for 12 rounds weighing 277 pounds. Bro, both guys have disadvantages. Both guys have advantages. But I believe strongly that Wilder's willpower is the ultimate tool in this fight. And the inability of Tyson Fury to cheat with his gloves again. I know some of you guys probably disagree with me when I say, oh, he cheated. Bro, me, I am 100% convinced that Tyson Fury cheated with his right glove in the second fight. Okay? Because there is no explanation that anybody can give me that would prove that your knuckle prints should be showing through a glove. It doesn't make sense to me. So since Tyson Fury would not have that opportunity, and I also heard that Wilder is going to be using, I don't know much about gloves, but I'll tell you the name because I heard it somewhere. It's going to be using the Everlast MX gloves going into this fight. And those gloves are better for punchers. It's a puncher's glove as opposed to what he used in the previous fights. Now he has a puncher's glove. So Tyson Fury, you're coming in with a glove that is missing padding, No problem. I'm coming in with a glove that I'll knock you out with. All right. Secondly, I want this more than anything, just to shut you haters up. Thirdly, I am ready for your two tactics. Tyson Fury came in boxing. Wilder already knows, is aware about Tyson Fury's boxing ability. Tyson Fury came in aggressive, coming forward with the jab, with the 1-2. Wilder had that experience. So Wilder is experienced with Tyson Fury's two major styles. One is boxing and moving, which he has been doing his entire career. And the second one is coming forward aggressive style, which he only implemented in one fight. So going into this third fight, I feel like Tyson Fury hasn't seen everything that Deontay Wilder has, but Deontay Wilder has seen almost everything that Tyson Fury has. That is another advantage for Deontay. And the mere fact that everybody seems to be writing Wilder off because of the way the loss happened, the second fight, which to me is crazy because if you think about it, there is no way that Tyson Fury would demolish Deontay Wilder to that extent if he hadn't done it to anybody else in his career. It's that fight did not show me how much better Tyson Fury is than Deontay Wilder. Because bro, you can't tell me that is how much good Tyson Fury is. That he was able to demolish Wilder the way he did. So this third fight, man, there is a lot online. Bro, I already bet. I bet 3 people, bro. I bet 2 live people. I put some money on some website, Sports Interactive. So it is huge, man. I'm putting on my stake on Wilder because I'm gonna get rich. All right. If you guys want to bet, put your money on Deontay Wilder. He's coming in as the underdog. All right. You're gonna make so much money. Trust me on that one.
Oh well, I hope Fury don't pull out though. Imagine if he pull out now, bro. I don't know, bro.
We'll kill him, bro. The whole world will kill him if he does that.
Bro, Fury
it'll be an embarrassment for that guy, man. His first title defense, he pulls out. It would be embarrassing. But let me add to what I did want to say. I think the best game plan for if Fury tries to box is going to Fury's body, man. I honestly believe that. I can't stress that enough. That if he decides to box, go into that body. Just continue going to that body. Eventually, Fury's gonna he's gonna feel it to where he's gonna want to cover up his body, and he can't really move as much. And that's when the fight gets easier for Deontay Wilder. I honestly believe that. I just can't help stress that, but. It's all about Malik Scott in the game plan, man. I don't know who else is with him other than Malik Scott. I don't care about JD's. I really don't. I don't know who else is with him, but I think hopefully somebody else is with him other than Malik Scott.
Just imagine how embarrassed Fury will be. Like, but if yesterday I think he called the Malik Scott shit house or something like that. Imagine if Malik Scott gets everything right with Wilder, and Wilder really does the job. I mean, it's one thing knocking Fury out, but following the game plan of Malik Scott, that would really make Fury go crazy, huh? Look at it. So guys, let's go to the other fights. Jared Anderson versus Vladimir. I don't know, Tereshkin. Yeah, Tereshkin. Yeah, Vladimir Tereshkin. What do you make of that fight, Diwali? Quick talk on that fight. And Adam Konaki and Adam Konaki versus Rebellion, yes.
Ah, man, that Tereshkin. Do you mind if I call him Tekashi?
I don't know, man. Anyone you call it, bro.
Because Tekashi is easier to remember, man. I feel like, man, Jared Anderson is a real threat, man. Next generation, one of the best. He hasn't really proven himself, but from his from all the testimonies that people have been making about him, talking about how good he is with his boxing, with the sparring rumors with Tyson Fury, that he was one of those. I believe Jared Anderson, maybe Efe Ajagba softened Tyson Fury up, then Jared Anderson knocked him out. I don't know, that different rumors, but I strongly believe that Anderson will be easily successful. It's not going to go the distance. I might be wrong because I haven't even watched any fight from this Tekashi guy. But just from the name, if your name is Tekashi, bro, how do you beat Jared Anderson? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't think he has anything for Anderson, bro. Just from their names alone, Anderson beats him, bro.
Okay, I've not, I can't tell you that. Oh, I know a lot about Tereshkin because I haven't really watched his fight. Okay, I haven't seen his fight yet. But one thing I know is that he's undefeated and he's a Russian. Russians are very strong mofo, bro.
Yeah, bro. Do you remember Michael Walish?
They're strong mofo. So
Maybe
this,
I'm not pronouncing. Maybe
yeah,
I'm not pronouncing. Michael
Valish, yeah.
Walish was a German heavyweight. Remember that guy? I think Tyson Fury fought him. Was it Tyson Fury or Efe Ajagba?
Efe Ajagba,
I think it was Tyson.
Ajagba fought him. Ajagba stopped him.
Okay, Efe. Yeah, Ajagba stopped him, but he was undefeated. He was actually ranked top 5 in one of those sanctioning bodies.
But Valish fought bombs, bro. He fought bombs, yeah, I know. Fought bombs. You know, of course, Tereshkin
I'm sure
also have some bombs on his record.
Sure
but
has fought a bunch of bombs
but one thing is but listen, you have to understand that these Russian fighters, when they get an opportunity to shine, they always bring their all. These Eastern European fighters.
Yeah. They're tough. They're tough. Like I have to give them that credit. Eastern Europeans, they're actually tough guys, right? But
So I mean, he's getting his time. This is his time to shine now. Okay, and nobody's even looking out for him. So Anderson must be ready at all times. You know, we'll just see what happens, man. But I believe Anderson wins.
Anderson has a good defense too, man. A lot of people, like I've seen Anderson box. That guy has very good defense. He knows how to block parry punches coming in. He knows how to move with his legs away from the punches. The guy is good. You know, I was watching the way he knocked out our brother the other time.
He's sleepy or what?
He's slick, man.
Yeah.
So the guy, see what he said, knocked out, brother. Where?
Bro, this man blocked 2 punches. 1, 2. And he came back with a counter left hook, and he knocked him out.
Bro, like
You can tell he's very comfortable in the ring. He's very comfortable. He's slick.
Yeah, he's experienced. You could tell he's been doing it since he was a kid. He's that kind of guy. Yeah.
But the one thing I said, one thing though is that Anderson needs combination to knock you out. You don't have that 1 point knockout power. So that's the thing. Yeah. We'll see what happens though. Robert Elenius Kanaki rematch.
Helenius Kanaki, what I would say is it's 50-50. All right. Going into the first fight, I thought Kanaki would wash him. But going into the second fight, we all now realize that Helenius has power. Okay. This guy knows how to punch, Robert Helenius. And Kanaki will be a little bit scared to engage like he had always done throughout his career. You know, Kanaki is not a guy with the best defense. He doesn't have a good defense. Let's be honest with ourselves. His own form of defense is offense. He needs to come into you, put pressure on you so that you don't have successes. That is his own definition of defense. But obviously, you're going to get knocked out because you're going to get punched with that style, that strategy. And I feel like going into this rematch against Helenius, he is now aware of Helenius' power, and that would make him a little bit cautious. And him being cautious goes against his style, because his style is come forward, throw 1,000 punches, take punches with my forehead, you know, like eat punches all night long, but I will overwhelm you. That is Kanaki. But at the same time, he doesn't have the best chin, and Helenius can punch. So this is another 50-50 fight. However, I believe I will be slightly gravitating towards Kanaki simply because he was embarrassed in the last loss. And he's a younger, fresher guy. He has just 1 loss in his career. I wouldn't even call him fresh. I take that back. He's not fresh because this man has eaten too many punches already in his career. So his mileage is high right now, in my opinion. That's what I see. And he hasn't even reached that contender level yet. Talk more of fighting for a world title. But we'll see what happens, man. I'm not really rooting for either guy. I don't have any horse in that race. May the best man win, in my opinion. Helenius Kanaki, good heavyweight fight. May the best man win. It's 50-50.
Okay. Ajagba, yeah, you can give your final prediction for all fights now.
Wow.
Ajagba, Sanchez, Wilder, Fury 3, Kanaki, Elenius 2, Anderson Tereskin.
Kaunaki versus this guy, man. Listen, yeah, yeah. Kaunaki is a good boxer, but listen, man, this guy he can't really go long rounds. He becomes tired. Um, so does Bahrainians, but I believe he's gonna be he's coming better prepared because once I believe he knows what's on the line because what's on the line is basically he's gonna put himself in a position where he's gonna get a title shot. You know, so I do believe he gets it done because I can't see Kaunaki getting it done, man. You can't teach someone like him. He's too big. There's nothing you can do. You can teach this guy. Try to be slick. Try to be nothing. Like he's only 6'3", 6'2". You can't really teach him. All he's known is taking, like Adewale said, taking punches to the face. That's about it. And I the way Hellenius was fighting, he was fighting like, okay, at least I'm gonna hit you, but I'm not gonna get hit. But Kanaki was like, I'm gonna punch you, I'm gonna get hit, whatever, you know. So it's like I think Hellenius is gonna be better prepared for this fight, and I do believe I think he's gonna knock him out again, man. He's gonna knock him out again. This guy he's gonna be eating some punches. He's been eating some punches all his career, man. I just don't see Hellenius breaking through. Trying to say, "Oh, I'm gonna make it." Man, this guy's gonna get knocked out if he breaks through the division, passes Hellenius or goes to AJ Wilder, Tyson Fury, even Luis Ortiz, Efe Ajagba, all those guys, man. He's gonna get knocked out brutally. Like very, very bad. I'm being honest. I'm just being honest, man. It's just the way his fighting style is, and the way he throws his punches, and it's kind of slow. It's a little bit lethargic, and Hellenius was going to the body, and it was paying off for him. Without Kanak noticing it. So I'll say that Hellenius is probably going to repeat the same thing. I'm going to jab to the body. I'm going to continue jabbing to the body. I'm just going to throw a right hand in there, and that's the way it is. And I can't really tell you what other guy's going to do. Maybe other than just continue applying pressure to Hellenius, and maybe slip a couple of punches. He can't really move that much. The guy's a big guy, man. So that's about it. I really can't say much on Kanaki, man.
Okay, Mao Joe, your final prediction for all fight. Your final prediction for all fights.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna start with the Jared Anderson fight. I really do like that guy. I think if that guy is properly managed, he's probably gonna be the next big thing coming out of the heavyweight division, coming out from the USA, from America. I really like him. He has that. He looks like a boxer, if you know what I mean. He looks like a boxer fighter. I like his stature. I like the way he carries himself. He carries himself very well as well for a young man. He's a really young man. He still has he has a long way to go. But what he's shown me so far, he's shown me that he has the potential to go all the way. Really, if they manage that guy very well, he has that potential to literally go all the way and become a heavyweight champion. Maybe in the next 5 years, maybe, because he's still really young. So I believe that obviously they're gonna the way they're gonna build him, they're building him right. They're not gonna give him very difficult fights right now. It's gonna be a gradual process. Although we don't know this guy that he's gonna be fighting, like Adewale said, that name is somehow, but I believe that Anderson is probably gonna beat him. It's hard to tell when you don't know. I don't know. I don't know if anyone has seen the guy is fighting, if we've seen any of his fights, but I believe that they would have looked at the situation carefully and make sure that they don't give him a very, very difficult fight whilst they're building him. So I would want to call that almost a wrap that Anderson is going to beat him. How he's going to, I'm not sure. Like you said, he's not a one punch. He doesn't knock you out with one punch. But I actually find those kind of guys who sets up combination. I find them more dangerous because they punish you. They really punish you. So he's probably going to punish this guy and eventually get him out there. So I'm rooting for Anderson there. Then I want to go to um, the Karnaki fight. I think that Elenius is going to beat him again. Obviously, it's this is everywhere. Anything can happen, but I've never really rated Kanaki. I don't like the way he fights. I don't like when, as a sportsman, you don't really, as a boxer, you're just coming in there, um, you're just receiving punches to your face, no defense, no movement, just coming in straight line with his big belly. For me, I don't like that, man. I don't like that. I'm sorry. It's not good watch for me. It's not like I like, when you watch Wilder, this is a boxer. He looks the part. You watch AJ, he's a good fighter. He looks the part. Look, all these other guys, even Fury tries his best, but you just come there with big belly all the time, just come in straight line, using your head to receive all the punches. And how you gonna? He's not gonna go far, man. He's not gonna go far. And Ennis is gonna beat him again, man. Seriously. Elenos is a better boxer. Okay. Sorry, bro. I don't just really like the guy. I see nothing against him. He's a warrior. He's going into the ring. He's a warrior. I can't do what he does, but that's your profession. Okay. And if you're going to be doing it, that's what you're paid to do 247. You need to try your best, man. You need to try and look well. You need to try and lose weight. You need to try and just look the part a little bit and improve on your skills. Like the guy don't have those skills, Yes, he's a volume puncher. He just comes, throw loads and loads and loads of punches. But listen, when you start getting to a certain level, man, that is not going to work anymore. And already he's not even getting to that level yet, and we already see what is happening. So I think that Elenis has been as inspiring Wilder as well. So he's had better sparring in my own opinion. So Elenis is going to beat him again, man. He's going to beat him again. He's a better boxer. He's a better mover. He's also a bigger puncher. So he's going to beat him, in my opinion. So I edge that fight 60% towards Elenius, or maybe even 65 towards Elenius, and 35 or 30 towards Kanauki, unless he's improved, unless obviously we've not seen him. He's not fought, what is he, 18 months or thereabout? So unless he's improved something, then but that we're yet to see that. So but my prediction is that Elenius beats him again and by knockout again. And then now, what's the other fight now?
Ajagba.
The last fight.
Sanchez.
Oh, Ajagba. Yeah, I already talked about Ajagba.
Okay. Wilder Fury.
Wilder, yeah, please, Wilder, do us proud tonight. Do Niger proud. Do yourself proud. Get this fraud. In fact, let this fraud also officially have a loss on his record. This fraud called Fury. He's a fraud, but he's a good fighter. I can't take that away from him. But keep your emotions. For me, this emotion thing is a big thing for me, because I feel that if you're not well controlled emotionally, you lose focus, man. And that's with everything in life, not only boxing, but especially boxing, and especially a guy like Wilder. Work his body, and hopefully, I'm not confident. I'm not going to say, obviously a guy like Adewale is very, very confident. I'm not 100% confident, but I'm hoping and praying that he's able to do it against Fury tonight. I'm really looking forward to that fight. Yeah.
Thanks, brother. Adewale, your final predictions for all the fights?
Yeah, now Mayo Joe said some things about the Helenius fight. Once again, I might actually have to sway a little bit. It was 50-50 for me at first. But now I'll probably just put it as 48-52. 52 in favor of Helenius. Simply because he has been sparring Wilder. Okay, he's been taking hard punches during his training camp. There was a clip that Wilder's team released, about 10 seconds long. He landed a solid right hand on Helenius. So I just feel like Helenius is probably better prepared.
And since Kaunaki might be afraid to engage because he got knocked out the last time, then I would slightly, just a tiny little bit, favor Elenius. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it for my final take, man. Everything else goes.
Thanks, but I appreciate you. For my final take, I think Jerry Anderson win. Okay. 60, I'll give him 60%. And Konaki Elenius, I think is a 50 fight. Okay. 50 to 5, anybody can win that fight, even though I know that Adam Konagi has zero defense. He always, blocks punches with his face. But I think he's gonna do the same today. Block punches with his face, but he won't get knocked out. Maybe, we'll see. 50-50 fight. It all depends, bro. Elenius is also Elenius might be in his A game right now, bro. So that's why I would say 50-50 fight. Ajagba from Sanchez. I'm ready for Ajagba to win this fight. It's a 60-40 fight. 60 to Ajagba. Wilder Fury. I would say this is interesting right here. I would say it's a 50 fight, but I want Wilder to win. I want Wilder to win because, in as much as I don't like Fury, rhetoric and how he behaves, he's still a good damn boxer, bro. So Wilder's gonna have to do things different, and I'm rooting for him to win. I see this fight as a 50 fight anyway, but I'm gonna be at the edge of my seat while I'm watching it because it's just a few hours before the prelim start. Now, wow, maybe an hour 5 minutes here. Interesting. I'll be going live again. So guys, like I said, for those of you guys who don't have any means of watching it, follow me on Instagram right now. The link is in the live chat. And let me bless you guys. For those who can, please buy the pay-per-view. I'm gonna be watching it on the zone. I pay for the zone, as well. I pay for it already. So buy it because it's good that you buy it to support our brothers. So tonight gonna be a very, 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 very intriguing night. Mauja, are you going to sleep? Are you going to sleep now or what?
I'm not sure. I'm actually watching the Smith Fowler fight right now, so I might just stay up. Man.
Okay, if you stay up, I'll call you guys back, for sure. And we can just discuss this before before the fight starts. It'll be nice, guys.
I beg Wilder, I beg Wilder, I beg.
May what I do
tonight, man. Make me happy. I want to make you happy, man.
Even John Fury. Did you guys see what John Fury was saying about David Hay? Saying that David Hay is like he's a hater or something like that. So these guys know that this guy. I mean, they always expect people to just leak their asses and all this kind of stuff.
No, bro. You know what? I actually like that prediction because David Day, every prediction David Day predicts is always. Let's just leave it because you see what it is with the Furies is that they for some reason they think that everybody must support them, everybody must give them a pass, everybody must bow at their feet, everybody must say, "Oh, Fury is the greatest thing ever." Is David Day not allowed to actually have his own view? I don't get it. Why is he a hater? Is he not allowed? How and why is he a hater?
It's crazy when they slag when they slag Joshua Hoffman, nobody say anything.
Exactly.
It's like a cult to those people.
I don't know if Joshua has never complained about people that slag him off on Sky Sports,
No.
and yet who this guy? Now,
bro,
wow.
this is my first thing as well. As a matter of fact, after the way I saw Jacob was treated, I don't want him to continue fighting Sky Sports. It just shows who they are that they use us. They were only using AJ because AJ was making so much money, and AJ was
Adewale, you need to mute him. Let's say the echo for your side. You need to mute our Maju talk. Maju, finish. Go.
Yeah, I was saying that. Look at the guy lost that fight, okay? And look at the way he was treated. Even before that fight, look at the way he was treated. So that goes a long way to show me that as much as we turn around and say that, oh, the Sky Sport has done so much. See, like Adewale always say that all of these guys, they are all businessmen at the end of the day. Sky Sports or PBC or at the end, they are all businessmen. The most important people the people who are important are the fighters, and they always have to do what is best for them. Forget loyalty to anybody, any promoter, any platform. Forget all this nonsense. Look at the way they treated him. You know. So for me, man, I think also now I agree that maybe that old lifelong deal he has with Eddie Hearn should not be. So just do what is best for you. Forget all of these people because they just want to make money, man. They just want to make money.
Yes, brother. Adewale, you want to ask something to her before we promote?
No, I appreciate my job to see as it go. I'm just happy, man. Bro, thank you for your breakdown, man. That's all I have to say.
God bless you guys. I will talk to you guys soon because this is fight night, bro. No sleep for me. I'm just waiting for the prelims to start before let's see how it go be. Talk to you guys soon, guys. God bless you.